Okay, well, Mrs. Butler, thank you for joining us. My name is Nolan Groce with Urban Design Partners, and we are representing Kevin Wynn LLC on rezoning petition 2025-076. This property is located at 4316 Shopton Road. Ooh, skip over this. All right, here's an aerial of our site as it exists today. It is a 2.5 acre site, 2.58 acre site, excuse me,
Okay.
located north of the intersection of Shopton and Sandy Porter Roads, east of Steel Creek Road, and adjacent to the Sullivan's Trace community.
Yes. Okay.
The site is partially wooded, but currently remains undeveloped. And yes, you can see Sullivan's Trace here to the north, Steel Creek Commerce Park and Shopton Ridge to the south, and the site under development to the east today, the Brooksbury, Haney, and Associates facility.
Okay.
Okay, some background information. What is zoning? What is it? Why are we having a community meeting? What are the types of rezonings? So zoning is the city's method of classifying land by usage. It promotes development in a smart and reliable fashion. The chart on your screen shows current zoning districts in the City of Charlotte's Unified Development Ordinance, starting with N1A, which is the least intensive development zoning district, all the way up to TODs, which are transit-oriented developments, which allow very high density, very intensive uses. So there are two types of rezoning requests, what's known as a conventional petition and what is known as a conditional rezoning. So what we are requesting is a conditional rezoning from CG, general commercial, to neighborhood 2A. So as part of the conditional district, we have a site-specific plan associated with our rezoning request. And we're also able to commit to development standards, development conditions that are above what is required by the Unified Development Ordinance. So a few other items that are very important to zoning map amendments, as well as development in general. The first being the Charlotte Unified Development Ordinance. So the UDO simplified, consolidated, and updated the regulations guiding Charlotte's development into a single document. There's the Charlotte 2040 Comprehensive Plan, the Future Land Use Plan. The comprehensive plan is a living document that provides a policy framework to help guide our city's decision-making and investment in both the near and long term. And then there's also the 2040 policy map. The policy map is a future land use map that helps identify land uses most suitable for future development. Okay, here is our current zoning district, or excuse me, current zoning map. As I mentioned, our site is zoned CG, which is general commercial. So you can see the northern frontage of Shopton Road is all identified and currently zoned CG. However, they are developed as a more of a residential townhome style development. Parcels south of Shopton Road are identified as I1 and ML1, which are industrial and manufacturing and logistics zoning districts, more intensive uses. And they're within the ANDO, the ANDO, which is the Airport Noise Disclosure Overlay District.
Mhm.
And there's also a property up here zoned O2. This is from a 2011 entitlement where a hotel was approved. I believe it was a 91 key hotel. This site has actually recently been filed for rezoning for a similar neighborhood 2A request for townhomes. Here's the Charlotte Future 2040 policy map. The policy map identifies our site as a neighborhood one place type, along with Sullivan's Trace. Then you can see to the east and south are manufacturing and logistics place types that heavier industrial uses, as well as commercial towards the corner at Steel Creek Road. The city of Charlotte is currently revising this future land use map, the 2040 policy map, which is anticipated to go before City Council next month at their September meeting. So
Mhm.
this revised policy map identifies the corridor along Steel Creek and Shopton Road more as the neighborhood 2 place type rather than neighborhood 1, uh, as well as commercial, just based on the existing development trends in this area. So while our site still is identified as neighborhood 1, we think we're continuing this trend of development on the northern side of Shopton Road. So here's the rezoning site plan that we have filed with the city of Charlotte. This was our first submittal. I'm going to jump ahead to our rendered version. So here you can see petition 2025-076, which is proposing up to 24 multifamily attached or townhome dwelling units. Each unit will be rear loaded via private alley with units fronting Shopton Road or internal green space or open space. Green area, which is our tree save area, is located on the western side of the site. And there will be a 10-foot Class C landscape yard around the property's boundary. An 8-foot planting strip and 8-foot sidewalk will also be provided along the Shopton Road frontage, with each dwelling unit having a sidewalk connection to that frontage.
Mhm.
In coordination with the Charlotte Department of Transportation, as well as the North Carolina Department of Transportation, we will restripe Shopton Road's frontage to allow a left-hand turn lane to access the site. Then
Mm.
we also have the blue proposed SCM, which is our stormwater control measure. And that system is designed to manage and treat rainwater runoff from the developed areas. It will help reduce flooding, improve water quality, and protect nearby streams by slowing, capturing, and filtering stormwater before it leaves the site. And I know this looks like a pond, and that is for visual purposes. This would likely only retain water during a rain event. Okay, here's our zoning petition timeline. This is a best case scenario timeline. We cannot move forward any faster than this, but we could delay the process if we need to have additional coordination with the community, with city council, with appointed boards, or city staff. So this evening, August 7th, we're holding our petitioner community meeting. Next up is our public hearing, which is a joint public hearing in front of the City of Charlotte City Council and Zoning Committee, which we are anticipating that to be September 15th, 2025. Then we would go before the Zoning Committee for a recommendation on the rezoning petition at their October 7th meeting, followed by a possible City Council decision on October 24th. So with that being said, I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have, and I will jump back to our rendered site plan.
Question.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay, you hope to have a decision October the 24th. If it is a positive decision, when do you anticipate beginning this project?
That's a great question. So best case scenario, October 24th, if we are able to roll and transition directly into land development, it does take time. So for a project this size, I would estimate roughly 8 months for our team to receive permit approval from the City of Charlotte Land Development.
Oh,
So
okay.
ground could break potentially 12 months after the rezoning approval. I don't know that we would be able to achieve that any faster. It may take additional time to receive those permits, but that gives you a good high level estimate.
Okay, okay. Okay. Now, my other question is from Shopton Road, there's a large drop behind the townhomes.
Yes.
So are you planning some kind of basements or anything?
That's a great question. So you're correct. So we have a high point central to the site. And as you continue east, it begins to drop. And where Shopton Road is, everything north kind of sits on a ridge and then drops sharp. So we looked at that carefully, where how we designed these units and where we located them. So our stormwater control measure is at the lowest point of our site, but we are cognizant of grading. The existing sewer main is on the southern side of Shopton Road, and in order to gravity feed these units, we can't locate them but so far north. So we've looked at as-built for the sewer line and located our units so that we will still be able to gravity feed our sewer connection to the frontage at Shopton Road.
Hey Nolan, this is Andy again.
Hey,
I was listening and Marie's questions have just sort of hearing your presentation again, a couple things I missed. So the pond in the back
yes.
would normally be just, it would, the water would seep through the ground and seep away. But if there was a major storm, there would be some type of an overflow at the back that would feed the stream. Is that right?
Yeah, so this will more than likely be a sand filter. The site's not large enough for this to be a permanent wet pond. So when there's not a rain event, this would be dry. It would be more or less a grassed depression in the ground. But during a rain event, our on-site stormwater system will capture that runoff and direct the flow to the SCM, where it will sit and slowly go through the stormwater control measure, cleaning the water, and then it will outlet out of the pond back into the existing system.
So if you had a rain event that was significant, Helene comes through Charlotte and it would fill that up, is there an overflow that would feed that somewhere?
Yes, so we have to design to specific storms, and I apologize, I do not have those in front of me for this particular water basin.
That's fine.
But we also have to provide emergency spillways. For example, if our SCM had to be designed to meet 2-year and 10-year storm calculations, we would likely have to have a 50-year storm spillway just in case that large storm did come through. Of course, if we're talking catastrophic Hurricane Helene type storms and type water, we can't design to that level, unfortunately.
Okay, but so there would be some type of a spillway if it did get
Yes.
over, and that likely would be the one that we talked about before, that would be at the sort of upper left corner that would, and you're still looking into it, but feed into the creek basin that's back there. Is that right?
Yeah, so our overflow, yeah, very likely would where that which side it goes on is to be determined, but it would overflow and we would ultimately outlet back into the existing system.
Okay, I'm trying to follow this. Eagle Lake is behind this community
Mhm.
somewhat. Now, will this interfere with Eagle Lake?
Sure. So I don't think I have a high end. There it is. I thought I had a zoomed out aerial. Uh, no, ma'am. There are very stringent stormwater regulations,
Mm,
which is a benefit of newer development. A lot of older neighborhoods do have stormwater runoff issues
mm,
because there were not stormwater control measures and regulations in place at the time.
mhm,
So a benefit, of course, we're adding impervious surfaces to the site, but we have to provide that SCM which will slow down water. It will retain water. And when it outlets it, it's at a low velocity to limit the impact downstream. We're not allowed actually by ordinance to impact downstream sites.
Okay, okay. Mhm.
That's what we have to provide when we go through the land development process, pre-development drainage calculations and post-development drainage calculations to look at where water is flowing and how quickly it's moving.
Okay, okay, thank you. Mhm.
You're very welcome.
And Nolan, one last one for me. I haven't seen it out there. Has a survey been done on the property?
No, not yet. That the tree survey that we spoke about that's required for the public hearing, that is in the works, but I do not believe they have been on site yet. You would see some trees tagged if they have been on site.
Okay, but the zone in to flag the corners and all that, that hasn't been completed.
We have a previous survey that is a boundary survey, as well as a topographic survey, but they did not pick up trees that are required as part of the UDO rezoning process. So an additional survey is going to be required.
Okay.
And on the boundary survey, would you be able to see the corners? Is that flagged at this point?
It's an older survey. It's not from the last 6 to 8 months. It's one that the property owner had.
Mhm.
So in other words, if I went out to the property, you wouldn't see where the corners are.
I don't believe that they are currently flagged, no.
Okay, okay.
Okay, because they're currently getting ready to build something below there now. I just drove through there today on my way home. How close will this development go to what they're doing now?
Are
Or
you
is it
speaking
just
about?
where the house is? You know how the house sits back kind of near the light there?
Yes, ma'am.
So how far does the property go down if I'm going down Shopton Road?
Yeah, so let me jump. Our site is this green parcel that's
Mhm.
outlined here beside the existing townhomes at Sullivan's Trace. Are you referring to the development farther down Shopton where they've been moving dirt? If you can see where I'm hovering my mouse?
Yes, if
Yes,
I was going towards the police station in that direction.
sure. So cool.
Okay, because you know, we currently have townhomes on the other side of this community at the
Yes,
light
ma'am.
there.
Here.
Mhm.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, so townhomes, these newer townhomes built closer to Steel Creek Road, the existing ones in our property is right beside them. So if you continued east on Shopton, that's
Mhm.
where they're developing that contractor's office. How far that is down Shopton Road?
Mhm.
Oh, give me give me just one moment and I will do a high level measurement for you. It's about 1,000 linear feet along the front of Shopton Road.
Okay, okay, okay. Now, my next question is, you said 24 units.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, does that mean 24 townhomes or does that mean 24 section of townhomes? In other words, when I look at the map,
Mhm.
uh, some of them look longer than the other. Each one of those rectangles, is that one unit, one townhome? Or is that a row of townhomes? How
So
many
you-
will be in each section? So it's only going to be 24 new families there? Or if,
Correct.
oh,
Yeah. So
okay,
24 total units. We have 6 buildings on site with a
okay.
variety of numbers. So this building at the bottom left-hand corner at Shopton Road is a 2-unit building.
Mhm,
To the east, we have a 4-unit building, followed by 2 triplex buildings at the eastern portion of the site. And then we have these larger buildings, which are 6-unit buildings.
I'm trying to get this phone off.
That's
Hello.
okay.
Please leave a message after the tone.
Yeah, so the largest buildings that we have are at the rear of the site. They are 6-unit buildings. We didn't want to go any bigger. We know these buildings to our west are 7-unit buildings. So we're 1 unit less than those. But correct, 24 total dwelling units in our proposed 6 buildings.
Okay. Now, I know you're in the beginning stage of planning. What price level are we looking at? Are you
Sure, that's
considering?
that
I want
very
to know what type of townhomes
mhm.
in terms of price.
It's a good question. So obviously we're always looking at the market, and it's difficult to project
Mhm.
12 to 16 months out just what the market may or may not do.
Yes. Mhm.
But we're currently estimating around $350,000.
Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, you're very welcome.
Hey Nolan, one more. What is the square foot? Are all the townhomes the same size?
As proposed, they are. We're using the same footprint for each unit. And overall square footage is just under 2,000 square feet approximately.
And are those one level or two levels?
That would be 2 levels.
Okay. And that includes the garage or does not include the garage?
That would include the garage.
Okay. 1 or 2 cars.
2-car garages.
Okay.
And we are exploring additional parking on site. We do not have driveways for each unit, although they have a 2-car garage. But that was something that planning staff did ask for us in our first review, was to find visitor parking, guest parking. If anyone has friends over, where could they park? So we are exploring that, and we hope to have those included with our next submittal.
Okay. Okay, I think I'm clear somewhat.
Okay, well, I will share my contact information. I know we spoke on the phone earlier this week, but if you have any additional questions, don't hesitate to send me an email. That's ngroce@urbandesignpartners.com, or
Mhm.
call me again at 704-334-3303.
Okay. Mhm.
All right. Well, if anyone has additional questions, I'm happy to hang out and answer them until you are satisfied. Otherwise, we can call our meeting adjourned and we can catch up offline if you have any additional questions.
Okay. Now, from time to time, do you plan to have additional meetings? I mean, Zoom meetings as
So
you progress?
yeah, so this is our required community meeting. So when we are ready to progress to a public hearing, rather than us sending out mailed notices, which you received, the city of Charlotte will send out that mailed notice,
Oh, okay,
letting you know when our public hearing date is going to take place.
okay.
But if you have any questions, or if any of your neighbors have any questions, feel free to put them in contact with me. I'm happy to hold another virtual meeting. I'm happy to grab coffee somewhere and review the plans.
Oh, okay. About how many letters did you send out this time, and did you send to our HOA,
Yes,
our
we
executive
sent,
board?
let me, we sent to abutting property owners. We got this list. The city of Charlotte prepares mailing lists for us. We had, I believe, 50 2 or 53 abutting owners, adjacent owners. And
Okay,
then the neighborhood organizations, we had 5.
okay. Okay,
That we sent mailed notices to.
yes, okay. Mhm. Okay. I appreciate your time.
Yes, thank you for joining us. We're glad you were able to hop on, and hopefully I was able to answer some of your questions this evening.
Oh, yes, you were.
Good. I'm
I'll
glad to
be,
hear it.
if, I'll be following.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, have a good evening.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you both have a great evening. Take care.
Okay.
What do I do? I just hang up?